Hello everyone. In this video, I'll show you how to set up the checklist extension for Azure DevOps from installation to a working checklist on a work item. It takes about 10 minutes to do yourself, and by the end, you'll have a reusable checklist template that appears automatically on your work items. First, the installation. Let's go to the marketplace listing, which I'll share in the description below, and click on Get It Free. As you can see, the extension requests the project and team and work item permission scopes, which are required to save the templates and make sure they are available in the work items. Let's select the Azure DevOps organization and click Install, or click Download if you're using Azure DevOps Server. I'm using Azure DevOps hosted. All right, the extension is installed. Next, let's go to the process. First, we'll have to go to organization settings. We'll choose process under boards. We need to make sure that we have an inherited process. If you don't already have one, you can create one under your defaults process. I already have one, so I'll choose this one. Then we need to create a work item field per work item type that we want a checklist for. So for now, I want to add a work item field for the product backlog item. I'll click New Field. We have to give it a name. So let's say my checklist template. It can be definition of done or definition of ready, for example. We'll have to make sure that it's text, multiple lines. Then let's click Add Field. We can then hide it to make sure that it's not visible. It's just the underlying storage for the template. So now it's hidden. Now we can go to our project. We can click on Project Settings. We can scroll down to Checklist Templates. And we can create our first template. So let's click Create Template. Let's give it a name, my first checklist. We can give it a description. We can set in which order we want to show it. Let's add one checklist item, check me. Then we'll have to find the product backlog item where we added the field. We'll have to select the field here, my checklist template. Awesome. We could optionally select which teams it should be available to or in which projects. I want all of them. Then I'll have to click Save. And the checklist has now been added to product backlog items. So I'll go to Boards. I'll click on my product backlog item. And then here I have the checklist form group, which I can expand. And as you can see, I have my first checklist with a Check Me button. Save. And now if I reload, I can see my checklist item is still checked. And in the history, we can see that my checklist template has been changed. That's all. Thank you for watching and enjoy using my extension.